Too often people are consumed with the stresses that overwhelm them, and they don't really know how to get rid of it. It's a big issue, and among teenagers today we see incredibly high levels of stress, bordering on the amount that can cause severe mental damage. There's a higher rate of mental illness and depression and anxiety these years than there have been ever before. So, right now, I'm going to do a PSA on what causes stress, where I ask a few of our student colleagues what causes them stress, and then make a few suggestions as to how you can abate that. So, how to get rid of stress. Come on up. Thanks for coming today, by the way.
No problem.
Alright, so I'm just going to ask you a few questions and then give me your first natural answer.
Okay.
So, what stresses you out the most in this entire world?
School.
What do you do about that?
I try to deal with it. I try to study and prepare myself, but a lot of times I just have these breakdowns and really nothing gets accomplished.
So, you do what stresses you out to try and abate that stress?
Pretty much.
Alright, that's all I need to know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hope to be hearing from you soon.
So, Henry, what stresses you out most on this planet?
Probably just expectations. Knowing that you won't meet the goals set by other people, maybe your parents, your friends, yourself. Just there's constant pressure being put on you, and having to reach up and achieve those goals is lofty and difficult sometimes. And so the fear of failure just kind of overwhelms me sometimes. Makes you want to go to a dark room and just... Sorry, what was the question?
What do you do to get around this stress?
To get around the stress, I listen to music. I'm a huge rock and roll fan. I know every single thing about rock and roll. If you ask me any question about rock and roll, do it right now.
Oh, that's all I needed to know. Thank you. As you noticed, both of those students repeatedly said that the things that caused them stress were completely outside of themselves. Never was it their own image of themselves that worried them. It was always the image of an outside force, be it societal in school or within their family or social group. The solution to these problems, as presented by many contemporary philosophers, sociologists, and psychologists, lies within our brain chemistry. The satisfaction we derive from completing tasks that we create on our own volition, not ones that are assigned to us, nor ones that are given to us, but tasks we choose to complete, is the main factor in reducing stress, particularly among teenagers and young adults. They call this new philosophy Westernized meditation, and it has a few simple steps. Whereas Eastern or Taoist meditation typically centers around observing the world as it is, Westernized meditation has a focus specifically on performing a task that you find useful and relevant to yourself. In order to feel fulfilled, you have to choose a task that you think you need to learn. This could be something as easy as walking a dog, jogging a few miles, doing some boxing, or maybe even learning a language for 15 minutes every evening. All that it requires to be is something that you've chosen and believe that you need in your skill set. After you've selected this task, what you'll want to do is try and get very, very into it. As cryptic as that sounds, the real purpose of this is for you to invest yourself in a task that you care about, and in completing it, you will find fulfillment. That said, the real meditative aspect of this comes from the actual performance of the task. Now that you've settled on a task and you're very into it, all you have to do is just repeat those steps. Every night, 10-15 minutes, just do what you want. And studies have suggested that that will cool you off. So, stay chill, man.